Members of the UCM and its affiliated groups along with leaders of various civil society organizations today's protest meet condemning recent burn down of UCM office and demanding effective prop. Nagaland Legislative Assembly passes unanimous resolution against border fencing along Indo-Myanmar border and scraping of free movement regime. Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch appeals for active participation in upcoming 3-day intensified pulse polio immunization campaign which begins tomorrow for children 5 years and below. Martin Iremgbam from Manipur backs winner's title of 13th edition of Satwet Mega Mr. Northeast 2024. And Manipur beats Delhi in its last league match of 77 in National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy, finishing at top of Group B. Hello and welcome to Impact News, watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm SHELLYRA, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Members of the United Committee Manipur UCM and its affiliated association, along with leaders of various civil society organizations, teased a protest meet in front of the UCM office in Lamphelt in Imphal West district today, condemning the arson incident at UCM office, which took place on February 23 night. Speaking on the sidelines, UCM President Konthodam Joy Chandra blamed the government for not being able to shed light into the incident till date. He said several documents, including those papers on international treaty with Israel Kingdom and Government of India, were burned down in the fire set by unidentified miscreants. He urged those concerned to clarify why the UCM office was burned down and urged the government for effective investigation into the arson incident. UCM has appealed to the general public to submit any documents of similar value to UCM.
Iremgbam Imaleba ki the Makta ko tholo punga taneba Imaleba kanchi habeneba Iremgbam kanchi ijati kanchi habeneba karigumba asoiba aran ba leiragasu information piraga hana phawdo phawjin tawraga naikoina tawning bana asini tawning bana asini mase haiba tangai phadeba aikoi karimbo khangukdabida ahing nungai de heda mai thadogumdudi aikoi tasena nungai tabado thamoi sona nungai tebdo ai miyam da thamjek Manipur da leba adugumlaba isil inaw khudimangna aikoi apunbana pangani Apun punjalaga yengna basimbu mighty piba bise aikoi punjala matungda mayona ragadi irai laina mighty piba ngamguni aduna aikoi punjalaga thabak tawsi khailongna bai thabak tawgonsi apun bagidamakta United Committee Manipur matam chupada lepi.
Kwakaitil Merapaibi Apunba says Arambai Tengol members, village volunteers and personnel of state security forces who are protecting the state in the wake of ongoing Manipur crisis are performing similar duties and appeal to shade aside any differences in protecting the state from attacks by Kuki narco-terrorists. Merapaibi groups in Kwakaitil areas held a press meet in this regard at Manipur Press Club today. Speaking to media, Ningtem Chakarong Merapaibi Secretary R.K. Ongbi Koiram Sunita said there is no sign of resolving Manipur violence, which is nearing 10 months. She said women folk of the state will not accept governments and law enforcing agencies attempt to arrest village volunteers who are defending the state's periphery from attacks by Kuki narco-terrorists. Sunita asked the relevant authorities to arrest them first before arresting any village volunteers. She clarified that Arambai Tengol members are not challenging the state or central government, but they are protecting the state from offensive attacks by the Kuki narco-terrorists. She added that Arambai Tengol village volunteers and state security force personnel who are protecting the state are shamed in their eyes and appeal to let Arambai Tengol and village volunteers continue with their effort to protect the state and also urge the state security forces not continue with their guns down strike. Sunita also appealed to the government for timely distribution of rice to people in the state who are facing immense hardships in the wake of ongoing crises.
Arambai Tengona Irepak Ipurup Sigidamakta Lauriba Todang Asibu Tokto Hanbiba Yaroi Paliba Lengak Asina Makoibu Apa Apun Natraga Aki Akang Ek Kayamarum Mama Pansan Biba Amadi Isa Sing Asida Makoibu Kihan Kanganba Tobirapa Sing Adusu Tobirakana Baning Singjari Karigumba Taubataragadri Honaruba Laitana Mama Oibi Aikoina Hoji Paliba Sarakar Sigi Matakta Makan Maka Kayagi Akan Bakongjang Silak Nabagidamta Sem Sajari Mama Oibi Aikoigi Tamoidadi Lal Ngaiba Isa Sing Kamando Isa Sing Arambai Isa Sing Punamak Irebak Asigi Daudabaya Daba Taudangi Damakta Tolak Liba Isa Ngakani State Force Ki Isa Sing Nasu Hatu Hekta Pulai Tado Ogena Hekta Torokasisu Tadok Piganu Arambai Isa Singsu Kunngakpategi Handok Pirakanu Irebak Iremgbam Ipuru Ase Mai Hona Saklibani Isa Sing Asina Punna Leminaraga Wakan Lingzen Amata Oina Taraga Imaleba Asibu Ganbada Saruk Sauna Yariba Ngakani Matundasu Pukjen Kujen Tinana Amata Oina Punsinaraga Imaleba Damakta Tabak Togdai Kaya Tarakani Haina Tamzari.
Singzamay police team today recovered one Fortuner XUV registration number NL07CB3208 recently hijacked by unknown miscreants from Manipur University campus. Singzamay police team led by OCA K. Sanatoy recovered the vehicle from an undisclosed site in Imphal West district around 10 a.m. today. According to police, a group of miscreants hijacked the vehicle from Manipur University campus on February 29 morning around 10. They took away the vehicle, leaving behind its driver at Hyangthang. Kuki Inpi Technopole KIT refutes news of yesterday's arms recovery in the vicinity of SHELLYRA Hotel, More as false, baseless and concocted news. Press note from KIT issued today termed the armed recovery news as piece of baseless news holding no credibility and accountability. KIT alleges that it was planned, cooked and served by the like-minded Assam Rifles personnel and Meitei terrorists to fulfill their malefic motive against the indigenous tribals of More and Technopole district, which is not tolerated by KIT at any point of time. It may be mentioned that a combined team of 5 Assam Rifles and 25 Assam Rifles, along with additional SP operations More OC More, under the supervision of the SP Technopole, conducted cordon and search operation at general area of SHELLYRA Hotel yesterday morning and recovered gauge of warlike stores such as .38, .38 pistol with 1 magazine, 10 country-made improvised explosive devices, 36 hand grenades, 85 rounds of carbine machine gun ammunition, 10 rounds of the AK rifle live ammunition, and 2 rounds of .38 pistol ammunition were discovered. More police station has registered an FIR for further investigation. House of the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly adopted a resolution against border fencing along Indo-Myanmar border and scrapping of free movement regime FMR yesterday. The Assembly also resolved to appeal to the government of India to work out regulations for movement of people across the boundary in consultation with the people inhabiting the border areas and for suitably bringing in the village council authorities concerned in the entire system of regulations. Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland, Y. Patont, moved the resolution for consideration and adoption by the House yesterday. Moving the resolution, he said border fencing and scrapping of FMR will cause immense hardship and inconvenience and also agony to the Naga people living in the Indo-Myanmar border areas due to the fact that the traditional and holding system strengthens across the international border in many areas and people have to cross the international border on a daily basis for their normal cultivation activities. He added that these measures will seriously disrupt the age-old historical, social, tribal and economic ties of the Naga people living on both sides of the international border. On February 29, Mizoram Legislative Assembly also passed a resolution to urge the centre to rethink about its decision on scrapping of FMR and border fencing. It may be mentioned that Union Home Minister Amit Shah recently said there has been massive smuggling of narcotics and infiltration of illegal immigrants from Myanmar, leading to the current Manipur ethnic tensions, and for the same reason, free movement resumed FMR is scrapped and border fencing will be initiated soon. Renovation of the 40-year-old Top Khorangkhong Bridge in Imphal district is in the pipeline. Works Minister Govindas Kontausam, accompanied by Khetrigao MLA Sheikh Norun Hassan and other relevant officials, inspected the condition of the bridge constructed on the Iril River this morning. People of Khetrigao constituency have been demanding renovation of the bridge, which is an important route for them for quite some time now. Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch appeals for active participation in the upcoming 3-day intensified pulse polio immunization campaign, which begins tomorrow for children below 0 to 5 years of age under National Immunization Day. Speaking to media at IMA Manipur State Branch office in Lamphel today, IMA Manipur State Branch President Dr. R.K. Lenin appealed to all the parents and guardians to administer polio drops to their children without fail during the campaign and contribute in eradication of polio from the globe. Taking part in the press meet, IMA Manipur State Branch incoming Secretary Dr. S. Gautam said, IMA Manipur State Branch is a responsible medical association for the upcoming campaign. He stressed the need to administer polio drops to children, even though India was certified as polio-free nation in 2014, since polio cases are still prevalent in neighboring countries such as Pakistan and Myanmar. It may be mentioned that 712 supervisors will be engaged across 3,564 polio booths in 16 districts to administer polio drops to children on March 3, Booth Day. And house-to-house administration of polio drops will be carried out on March 4 and 5.
Intensified polio immunization program ase 1995 tagi leptana sathajarakpana handak chahigi oinasu March ki tang 3 dagina tang 5 phawba Iremgbam asigi kachin koya sinba thungna pokpadagina chahi 5 phawgi manungda leiba angang singda polio gi hitak pithakpagi thoramasi Government of Manipur na India government gi makhada lokhalakpa program ase mapung phanabagi damakta lokhatpiri masaisda ekhoi punamakna pikpa angang singsibu puthokpiraktuna polio gi asiguma program asida yawbinaba akogi ichai Singbu vaccine asi soidanamak pithak pinabagi damakta Indian Medical Association gi maikei degisu mayamda appeal asi tawjari
special booth lekai ni khangde anganwadi center ni khangde mafam chaba singda sarna jo habiriba bus station bu oiro kathin da or mafam location chaba khallaga hange relief camp amadi displaced person singi lebham gi cover tawnabagi su moi ju booth amadi ngasagi mobile team moi CMA na adwaina haibi sarkar side IMA side gi di akoi jida private practitioner mayam yaubani private clinic hang mayam yaubani government gi facility khatana tana private hostel sing da jubut hang doini angang do ngarang na han tha manung da pokraga polio pithak kre na pithak tab do tobi daba adu da pithak raga jo sina extra ne hai tare ko routine no na pithak pam lei jagre si sina akoi na supplementary immunization activity kawe gui da na pithak raga so adum pithak pi gatam.
National Sports University Imphal today organized a community outreach program in connection with International Women's Day, which falls on March 8. The event was held on the theme Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress at Wangkai High School in Imphal district. Various recreational activities for women and children who are taking refuge at the relief camp opened in the school were held on the occasion. National Sports University Imphal intends to hold various events with an aim to empower women, especially for those affected by the ongoing crisis and are displaced from their original homes. It may be mentioned that NSU has been organizing various events in connection with Women's Day every year. Women's only open marathon of 5 km will be held tomorrow. It will be kicked off from Kumalambak Sports Complex. NSTU Department of Sports Psychology Assistant Professor Dr. N. Devla Chanu appealed to take part in the marathon.
To send a message that akoi nupi khunai sida makoi da piga da ba importance ko makoi da recognition pi basi aduki hadi mathau tai ha basi utna bagi da mata khoi na no makhatang celebrate to bagi mahutta sang oina celebrate to zabani handak se do tang kun manga da khoi na already program ama khoi gi National Sports University campus ta sinja khre moment mi haidana sei sa khoi na mama oiba adagi makoi gi mama macha gi oiba khoi na recreational activities mayam ama organize tawraga pangthok chakre then ngasi sina khoi na second program community outreach haidana ko sei sedana khoina akhoi Manipur gi oiba ji phibam sina irang sina maram oiraga lanchena raba imai bel sing si gi damakta khoina outreach program se sinjabani.
One day awareness on systematic voters education and electoral participation sweep will be held today at NG Mani College and Kurai Charelthong, Imphal. The program was held as part of the series of the Integrated Communication and Outreach Program organized by Central Bureau of Communication Regional Office Imphal under the aegis of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Speaking on the occasion, social activist Dr. Danabar Laishram said ignorance or not being serious about adult franchise is wrong. He stressed that a society cannot be called as the progressive one if people have no understanding on voting. He said there are around 94 crore 50 lakh voters in India, but 2/3 of them lack electoral education. He said people are responsible in bringing good governance and taking money during election is not wise. CBC Regional Office Imphal Field Publicity Officer Dr. Nomaitem Trina and NG Mani College Principal Dr. N. Jivan Kumar attended the event.
Laiba amagi khwaidai chakhatpagi khwaidagi changdabi adaba han mugun ji kaino haikanda competent ruler dum haikane matik saba linga khwai adui matik saba linga khado ai khoi bharat ki uni lai khwa hai batai masi khoi miyana puthokadoi ne na bahona ri myam se akoina lawgi udu moina lawthok bune ko ada lawthok power pi na bi mot paisa lawthok ka lawsinga sum tong le di lebak tu di ya roi lo aduna now khoi se with a very firm creator khoi gi confidence ko that is farm vote si phajana thada nabagi voting rights si koi de lebasi koi na kedobagi masi phajana si no doino habase masi phajana leibiro wakhanda ko.
Press from the All Manipur VDF Employees Welfare Association urges government to raise their wages by stating that VDF personnel have been working tirelessly in maintaining law and order and protecting people's lives and properties in the state. Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on Martin Iremgbam from Manipur winning the title of 13th edition of Set-Wet Mega Mr. Northeast 2024. Keep watching Impact News.
ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯦꯁꯇꯤꯡ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯣꯐꯔ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯨꯗꯨꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯆꯔꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯐꯦꯕ꯭ꯔꯨꯋꯥꯔꯤ 29 ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯣꯝꯕꯣ ꯁꯦꯠꯇ ꯂꯨꯄꯥ 13,990 ꯍꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯇꯤꯚꯤ ꯋꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯃꯦꯆꯤꯟ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒ ꯋꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯃꯦꯆꯤꯟ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯤꯖ ꯂꯧꯕꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯛꯀꯤ ꯗ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯆꯒꯅꯤ ꯂꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯀꯄꯜ ꯑꯃ ꯈꯟꯒꯠꯆꯔꯒ ꯊꯥꯏꯂꯦꯟ ꯍꯅꯤꯃꯨꯟ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯞ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯌꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯀꯨꯞꯄ ꯃꯔꯣꯜꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛ ꯂꯦꯡꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯛꯁꯤ ꯃꯦꯖꯣ ꯍꯕ ꯀꯩꯁꯥꯝꯄꯥꯠ ꯀꯣꯟꯖꯤꯡ ꯍꯖꯥꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏ.
Welcome back after the break watching Primetime English Bulletin. Martin Iremgbam from Manipur bagged the winner's title of 13th edition of Set-Wet Mega Mr. Northeast 2024. Grand finale of the contest was organized by Mega Entertainment, Northeast's largest fashion and peasant event organizer at ITA Cultural Complex, Guwahati last evening. Martin is now qualified to represent India at a top model of the universe, which will be held at Turkey later this year. He is the son of Iremgbam Hemchandra and Iremgbam Ongbi Romibala from Kwakitil Kunzing Awang Lekai, Imphal West District. Martin beat other talented contestants from the 8 northern states and won the coveted title. The first and second runners-up titles were backed by contestants from Assam. Press note from the All Manipur Art and Culture Student Union draws attention of the government towards hardship facing artists in the state in the wake of the ongoing Manipur violence and appeals to initiate relief and welfare measures for artists who have been promoting art and culture of Manipur. Federation of Haumi and Blood Center Janims jointly organized blood donation camp at Janims Hospital today. Volunteers from Tangkhul, Kabui, Purum, Kom, Chiru, Thangaut and Meitei communities donated blood at the camp. One person got injured in a wild boar attack at Elt Kaupizang village under Henglep subdivision of Churchampo district on February 29. The injured person is identified as one Satmang Simti from the village. Reportedly, Satmang Simti was attacked by wild boar while he was collecting vegetables in the nearby forest. He sustained injury on his right hand and leg. After the incident, villagers reportedly chased down the wild boar and killed it. The injured person was treated at Churchampur District Hospital. Press note from Federation of Civil Society Organization, Fox Manipur, appreciates Manipur Legislative Assembly's resolution taken against SUPAC with Kuki militants and in favor of the NRC implementation in Manipur. Fox appreciated the state legislatures for considering the sentiments of people of Manipur in taking the resolutions. Longmai 4 Baptist Church at Nonne District Headquarters celebrated its 39th Foundation Day on the theme Christ is the Body of Church yesterday. Longmai Baptist Church's Council RBCC General Secretary Dr. Writing Paut Riamai presided the event and read out sermons. As part of the celebration, the LCF Chairman and Pastor Pau Sinklung Kamai released a souvenir. Singing by Women's Society Choir and Baptist Youth Fellowship Choir members highlighted the Foundation Day celebration. Now the sports news. Manipur beats Delhi in its league match of 77 National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy and finished at the top of Group B. Continuing its unbeaten run in the tournament, Manipur took the lead in the first half through a goal scored by Fizam Sanatoy in 7 minutes. However, in 41 minutes, Delhi result Dobidalt managed to bring the scoreline on level terms, thus finishing the first half at 1-1. In the second half, the Manipur team, which has already booked a place in the quarters, came back strongly to lead again in 67th minute through a goal scored by Laimazamd Sankar, thus winning the match by 2-1. This year edition of Santosh Trophy is being hosted by Arunachal Pradesh at Jubilee Stadium, UPR. Manipur will take on Assam in the quarter-final match on March 5. KSDO Kiamgai and PCC Mayai Koibi will play the final of 3rd Under-14 Boys Cricket Trophy tomorrow at Thao Ground, Thangmiban. Today is the first semi-final match played at Thao Ground, Thangmiban. KSDO Kiamgai defeated Oxdo Kangabok by 52 runs. PCC Mayai Koibi entered the final after defeating Shedo Thangmiban by 90 wickets in the second semi-final match played at Kongba Kuno, Dobilam Park. Altogether, 24 teams from different places in Manipur, divided into 4 groups, had competed in the cricket trophy organized by Manipur Cricket Association. Manipur Master Athletic Association today felicitated Manipuri team who took part in the 5th National Master Championship held from February 8 to 11 at Gachibowli Stadium in Hyderabad, Telangana. The reception program was held at the Youth Hostel in Kumalampa. Manipur secured overall 4th position in the championship after winning a total of 100 medals, including 39 golds, 33 silvers and 28 bronze medals. Athletes who won 3 gold medals each were presented gifts, and certificates were presented to those athletes who took part in the championship. President of the Manipur Master Athletic Association, Lt. Iremgbam, lauded the Manipur team.
Hoji Manipur da oiriba irang asiga iroinana handaki championship asida Manipur gi nupa amadi nupi ahlulon chanaroi singa sina uliba performance adi asuki matik thagani ngaini phandu Kolkata tu Hyderabad sigi chatpagi khudong chiba kya asi sen thongi phibong kya su marga sida aikoi chataba yade Manipur gi mingchat portaba yade Manipur ima gi damakta aikoi lan su thengnagani sansu sanagani aikoi खुदिमक ngamna pangthokani haina loinana chaliba sanarusing asibudi aikoina association gi maikadi haininga leitana thagatchari.
Manipur will host the 3rd South Asian Martial Games under the aegis of the World Old Sports Games Federation at Kumantlampak Indoor Stadium from June 16. Press note from South Asian Federation of Old Sports General Secretary informs that the Games was earlier scheduled for March 16 to 18 but has been postponed in view of the prevailing law and order situation in the state. Before we end, let's look at the headlines once again. Members of the UCM and its affiliated groups, along with leaders of various civil society organizations, staged protest meet condemning recent burning down of UCM office and demanding effective crop. Nagaland Legislative Assembly passes unanimous resolution against border fencing along Indo-Myanmar border and scrapping of free movement regime. Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch appeals for active participation in upcoming 3-day intensified pulse polio immunization campaign, which begins tomorrow for children 5 years and below. Martin Iremgbam from Manipur bags winner's title of 13th edition of Statuette Mega Mr. Northeast 2024. And Manipur beats Delhi in its last league match of 77 National Football Championship for Santosh Trophy, finishing at top of Group B. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Prime Time Manipur Bulletin. Have a great evening and stay safe.
Orchids Boarding School, where dreams take flight, surrounded by 17 acres of vibrant green.